Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the RDYUP.GG League. This is tournament number 3 for RDYUP.GG, and I am joined here with Louis2K.
Hello! How are you guys all doing today? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem, Louis. So, today we are going to be casting 4 games in a row, so throats are going to be dying.
Yeah, this is a lot of games for us to try and cast. I've not actually done this. I've obviously done best of threes before, which have gone to 3 months, but I've never done 4 independent games on a row. I'm excited just to see what kind of maps we could get tonight, because people could just be... I'm worried that people are just going to be born and all pick Mirage. But then again, some teams might be playing it a bit more tactical and being like, oh, we actually want Overpass or we want Inferno. If we can get a good selection of maps, I think that will help make the stream a bit more enjoyable.
Yeah, and if you guys missed the streams from yesterday or on, I believe it was Sunday when the last game was played, MDC won a game on Nuke 16-6, and then they proceeded to lose versus WanteD.Academy yesterday on Overpass 16-11. Neither of the 3 teams that I have mentioned are going to be playing today, so really useless information. All teams today are brand new. The teams we're going to be playing today, the games that we are going to be casting, are as follows. We are going to be casting, to start off with, Pineapple Pizza versus Chromium. We are going to then be casting Serval versus Arctic. We are going to jump back to Pineapple Pizza, this time playing Active Esport, who are then going to be playing Galactics in the last game of today. Now, nudged in the middle of this is Asterix versus 200 Knives, and we're going to give you updates on that game, but we aren't going to be casting that necessarily.
Yeah, I spoke to one of the guys in production, and hopefully they can just give us a bit of a rundown of what's going on in that game. That does start in 20-30 minutes time. But our first focus will be on this Pineapple Pizza Chromium game. And Pineapple Pizza, they are a team, an EU mixed team, consisting of Laka, Vuk, Zaza, Brillo, and Arian. Against Chromium, they are a Polish team, but under a British organization. Their team is FaZe, Grucha, Hitman, Unhuman, MTN, and a guy called Zero.
Yeah, and the guy called Zero, I've actually had a bit of history with him. It was 1.5 years ago when I first got into CS that I met him, and he was one of the driving forces to keep me at CS. So the only reason you're hearing my voice right now is because of him, and yeah, it's a heartwarming story, you know.
It's weird because he's also a co-owner of Chromium, so he's got a big association with Chromium as well. Yeah, that's probably the most useless bit of knowledge you ever get. I'm not going to be biased at all.
No, I'm not going to be biased either. I'm just going to bring that info out there that Zero, you are the man. But other than that, we are going to be keeping this as unbiased as possible. The map vetoes will be getting underway very, very shortly. All the players are in the server. We'll be keeping you updated.
Hope everyone in chat's doing good. I know there was a couple of people in chat saying this is a rerun of EpiLAN or Epicenter, and sadly, not quite. We've got some bigger teams, some better Counter-Strike action, hopefully, to bring to you here today. And if you are new here, do follow the RDYUP twitch.tv/RDYUPGG. Also visit our website, RDYUP.GG, and also find us everywhere else, Steam, Discord. All the links are below.
Yeah, and with all the links being below, make sure that you follow Louis2K. Don't remember your Twitter tag. This is really awkward.
You almost got it. Twitter.com/Louis2K_. And you can also follow ManDeep on Twitter @ZestyEdits.
Wow, you remembered it. Yeah, it's very awkward.
Only because I've got Twitter open.
Oh, smart man. Yeah, I'm just trying to look out for the veto right now. We are just waiting on these teams to already up and start vetoing. One of Chromium actually just disconnected, so we're just waiting on that to rejoin.
I'm just trying to do some research into these teams at the moment. I believe, obviously, Chromium. I'm seeing if they've got anything in ESEA, and they've got nothing on ESEA, so maybe they might be a newish team. There's an FAQ on them. or an FAQ on their ESA plays, it's like, is Chromium fully funded? And yes, they are fully funded. So there's the most pointless fact you'll ever get all night.
Yeah, and it's not that hard to fully fund a team as low down as here, especially since tournament entries. Like this tournament is 20 and then 4 per player, so it's not very much.
I love how everyone in chat is desperate that this is being some sort of rerun or something, and I can assure you, it is.
Yeah, the Epicenter rerun. We're going to be looking at mouse boards versus. What were the scores for Epicenter? I actually want to go through them really quickly.
I've not been following Epicenter.
Yeah.
But I've just typed in on Google Epicenter, and it's told me that Epicenter means the point of the Earth's surface vertically above the focus of an earthquake.
Okay,
which is correct.
Yeah, that is actually pretty true. But for the Epicenter 2018 tournament, the updates were this morning. I think NIP 2-0'd Swole Patrol, but got 2-1 by Avingar. Swole Patrol also lost 2-0 to Team Liquid, so overall they've got 0-4 total maps.
And yeah, I think the latest game is just the Ninjas in Pajamas against Swole Patrol, which ended 2-0 to Nip.
Yeah, I think that was the latest one.
Pinglo, I've noticed you. Hello.
Hello, Pinglo.
Pinglo Minglo.
Minglo. Pinglo.
Well, it's a nice name.
Yeah, I do really like that name. Over at ECS, I don't know why we're giving you match updates, but NRG 2-0'd Renegades, that new Renegades roster, not actually looking that strong whatsoever. That was last night.
What has happened to this Chromium player who we're waiting on? We are waiting for one Chromium player. This game was meant to start, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes ago.
Yes, this game was supposed to start 15 minutes ago. We have given, I think they gave them an extra 5 minutes due to technical difficulties on the server. But that does mean if the server isn't, if the Chromium player isn't ready within 5 minutes, the Chromium guys will have to go in and play with 4 players.
At this point, I'm just expecting Kuzi to poke me on TeamSpeak just to say, no, this game's off now. I hope it doesn't get called off.
Yeah, I've literally just brought Oreos up and Pringles up and everything just for this.
Pineapple Pizza have actually got an ESA profile.
Oh, I thought they were a mixed team.
They are a mixed team. They had 13 players play for them in season 27. This season they've only gone. They're playing intermediate this season, so they've got 4 wins, 6 losses. Their last game being a 16-0. It's a default win. Their last game being a 16-11 loss on Overpass. But our focus this time is on Mirage. And I was saying earlier, I hope we get interesting maps. We're starting off with Mirage, the classic. It's the one map which so many European teams opt to play for, and it's quite an easy map to pick up.
Yeah, and as it's
I think I've just lost Mandeep, so I'm just now going to have to try and talk to you. Hello, Mandeep.
Hi. Yeah, Mirage is actually quite an easy map to play, and TeamSpeak is making all those TeamSpeak noises. Microphone muted, microphone activated. I need to learn how to turn those off. As I just had someone knocking on my door. Oh, that's a knock on the door for you as well.
That was just me knocking on my table, trying to get some sort of reaction somewhere. But hopefully, someone in Twitch chat looked behind at their door just to see if someone was there. Sorry, chap.
I mean, you definitely made me turn around.
Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, as I was saying, Pineapple Pizza, they're in ESEA. They've been together. They've been together for ages.
Yeah, and that's going to be quite a lot of teamwork there on that Pineapple Pizza side.
Hold on, I'm just looking at their roster on ESEA. It says they've had this. Nah, that can't be right. I think they first started ESEA in September 20. Nope. They started ESEA in the past 2 years or so. Let's say that.
In the past 2 years, that is still. Our CSGO team won a Polish LAN event recently. Some team history. Oh, and that's actually really, really cool.
Yeah, they're 4-6 intermediate, but they've got 3 default wins. So from that point of view, it's not the stats don't make it look that good, but it's we're not saying that anyone doesn't have a chance. It's about what happens on the day, what team turns up, and how each player is prepared, I guess.
Yeah, and sorry about that. That's just literally me trying to drink some water. So basically, I think this is going to be a pretty close game because both teams have come just as prepared as each other, and it's the first game of this event, so they don't know what they're going to be expecting, and the game is actually almost underway.
I'm just looking forward to seeing what these two teams can produce. Obviously, as you said, it's their opening game in this league. I'm just watching Brillo, and he's just kind of jumping around doing some cool little shortcut jumping through the balcony into window on beam, as you do.
Yeah, and Fraser. Just in case you guys didn't know, we actually have an observer for this game. His name is @FrozenFraser. That's @FrozenFraser on Twitter. Fraser's an amazing guy and an amazing caster, and he's come out just to help us out for this league, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, Fraser's done some work in LAN. He's been to, was it Epic LAN? I think he went to the other week, and he did some of the observing for that. So great to have you on board, mate. Thank you for joining us. And I hope we can have an exciting few set of games. Really bad I'm running out of things to say at this point.
Yeah, it's just this delay that's like really keeping us back. Actually, I've got something to ask. What is your favourite snack? I've got my Pringles here, so.
I like Pringles. I've not had Pringles for ages. I guess my favourite snack would be any sort of biscuit I've got in my cupboard. Any sort of cookies. Personal favourites include Jaffa cakes, custard creams. I'm not a massive fan. I like Oreos. I'm not a massive fan on them. Like, I'd opt for like a Jaffa cake over an Oreo, or a chocolate digestive over an Oreo. I don't know what you do.
I have some Oreo thins with me as well, so that's the really bad Oreos, but still, they're Oreos nonetheless. And
sorry, I just read something in chat. Someone said their favorite snack is Baby Bells and not the cheese.
Oh no! Oh no!
In other news, I'm pretending to be a caster by drinking an energy drink.
An energy drink?
Yes, it is called Blue
Microphone
Charge.
Muted. Microphone activated.
It's from Asda, and you can get an 8-pack of them for only £2 right now from your nearest Asda.
Microphone muted. Microphone activated. Microphone muted. Microphone activated.
Yeah, and my mic is actually just spazzing out right now. What the hell is that? I don't know what the hell just happened there.
Is your mic okay?
It just went microphone muted, microphone activated, microphone muted, microphone activated. I'm so confused. Anyway, either way, we are. Yeah, exactly, Warthog. Either way, we are. I think just to make sure that you guys aren't completely bored, I'm gonna show you the players just in the server. It's no biggie to have this here. The stats have been going off. There's not even enough stats on that CS:GO tournament page. When we get some nicer graphics and stuff, I believe that we can do some action replays and stuff as well. Very nice.
I need to find a league. I'd love to see more of these online leagues which do like replays and stuff. I know it's definitely possible. It's a lot of work behind the scenes at production, but if you have that, it can look so cool. And I'd love that to be ready. I think we're actually ready for this game, realistically. So delays are over. We can move on. We're going to get started in our first of 4 games tonight. Pineapple Pizza, the mixed European team against the Chromium esports team from Poland.
Yeah, and
based in the UK.
And that's it. The 9th round has started. These two teams actually going straight in towards this A ramp position. Actually, one flanking from this palace position. And the knife starts out pretty strong in the favour of Chromium, but seems to have crumbled.
Sorry, were you waiting for me to say something now?
Yes, I definitely was.
Like, I don't really cast knife rounds and...
Yeah, no, I mean, 9th round casting is very limited in fashion, but I still like to see that, the good old 9th round once or twice in a game. Once or twice now and then. Wow, I'm really bad at talking today.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us. And is X-ray working for you? Because I don't know if it's working for me.
No, but if we really need X-ray, I have this bind. I have draw other models bound. So yeah.
I'm not even going to ask what that is. Pineapple Pizza will be taking the CT side, Chromium on the T side. And instantly, not much going to be brought out for either side. There's a smoke available diffuse kit for the CTs as well. On their site hold, it will be a heavy A presence from the CT side, just the one player towards B, and that's the site where Chromium are looking to go towards on the pistol round.
Yeah, and it doesn't actually look like it's going to be a B. It looks like it's going to be an underpass to A kind of approach here, and there's no utility for this Chromium side. It's a very, very odd strategy indeed.
Yeah, Vuk will be the first player looking to try and do some damage, but instantly taken apart by FaZe. A nice headshot by him, and you know what? They're trying to enter onto the safe side, and they've got a good chance here. Rata will push out and get one before being traded out. Brilov gets two, and you know what? Pineapple aren't out of this round just yet.
Yeah, now it's left in late with Laker in this 1v2 situation here. One in jungle, one on site.
Just happens to do whatever damage he can do at this point on Human. We'll get the bomb down, a little bit of extra cash for the Chromium team, and both players now towards the CT area for Chromium. It's going to be a tough ask for Leica to try and get this. No utility, actually has a smoke and a diffuse kit to work with as well, so that little time to work with as well, but so many angles to try and clear out. It's going to be a big ask.
Yeah, and I think this is going to go straight into a... As I thought, it's going to go straight into just trying to make it a ninja, but that's never going to work against the spamming Glocks. Inhuman getting his third of the round.
And as long as you know where that bomb's planted for the T side, it's easy enough to just clean up after that. And they do clean it up nicely. They will force out SMGs from MP5s and MAC-10s among the buyout. A good selection of weapons, as it were. The Pineapple Pizza side, no weapons brought out on their side. And for them, just a little rush towards mid just to try and do any damage towards their opponents, who for now look to be heading towards A.
Yeah, and it just seems to be this sort of round is going to be Pineapple's round. Just to see how much damage they can do onto that T side and see if they can like take some weaponry into the next round. But chances are going to be slim for this Pineapple Pizza side to actually ever take this round.
There is Ratata currently alone for Chromium in Palace, the only sort of presence he needs, but unhappy gets the opener towards B. And Pineapple Pizza, a side who they weren't really aiming to get much out of this round. They could just get something here. They're all sort of being sandwiched in actually by the Chromium team looking to get towards B, but it's so weird just how Pineapple Pizza are positioned in comparison to their opponents, and Chromium, they're just going to try and do damage and try and get this side.
Yeah, that was actually 2 dinks, so that's very, very strong. And this round's already seeming to be dropping for this Chromium side. Now a 1-on-2 for Daza.
Nope.
Yeah,
No damage whatsoever.
No damage whatsoever, but that is 3 guns out of the hands of Chromium, and it's going to be a buy round now for Pineapple Pizza. Chromium actually are probably going to choose to keep these SMGs and be at a disadvantage for this round. One of the Chromium players actually buying a Galil. That's how much damage that was done to that Chromium side.
Yeah, not really the best buyout for Chromium, but still they've got some utility to work with, and a much more quick round this time from Chromium towards the A side. They're going to be pushing out, and there will be the player trying to get an opener. Nice opener by him, but I don't really think they've cleared out the site just yet. But we'll get one in response, and Chromium, it's going to be a slow side take, and Pineapple Pizza, they're working their way back onto this side.
Yeah, MTN taking out Vuk there with a nice headshot with Galil. It's just a... Yeah, this MAC-10 left. He knows that there's a player left in CT, but he's on a MAC-10 with a range disadvantage and a lower HP. See what he can do for this round.
Yeah, bomb isn't down either. He'll use that Molotov just to block off Brillo just for a moment. The bomb obviously not in the best position from either. The flash will just mean he backs away. Ratata really trying to just get the bomb plant and try to get the information of where this pizza player is. We'll go for the plant, but Brillo just pre-fires the wrong angle. There's some money to work with, but for Ratata, can he go one better and secure this round for his team?
Yeah, and there doesn't seem to be a kit on this Pineapple Pizza side, so he'd have to do something fast, and he's just completely taken out by Ratata. Ratata with that AK, just easy kills for him. And it seems to be a crit, and it's now Chromium's third round. Even with that weaponry disadvantage, they're just going to go straight through. And it's going to be probably another eco here for Pineapple Pizza.
Yeah, they've invested in a couple of Deagles pretty much straight away. There'll be no utility for them to use. There was a flash, and Brillo opting to force out the armor might be a tricky maneuver. Chromium this time applying lots more presence towards the mid and B site, and towards the A site it was a rush from Pineapple Pizza, and they're just going to be caught off guard. I say that Lacquer will be the player getting caught off guard for now towards B.
Yeah, and he's just doing a great job of wasting time for the rest of his teammates to start rotating in. But the problem is the Chromium side haven't actually dedicated all their players towards this B side of the map, and so the stack won't accomplish as much as it could have.
No, I feel like Kura's got the information at this point just to inform to his teammates. Most of them have gone B. You can probably rotate and get something towards A. It is plan which they're now going to be trying to work towards now. Pineapple, they're not being overly committed to this. One mistake could be costly. Kura just put one player, but it's a little jump, a little fake just to get the information. Pushing out, one nice kill. Quickly traded out by Aaron. York here in Ratatan. He now just has to back raise Chromium, try and enter onto this A site, and this is damaging from Brillo and Palace here.
Oh, and Brillo gets 2 in that Palace position, leaving 1 on this A site actually sandwiched if he is killed here. Vuk, a great headshot onto FaZe. Now Ratata left in this 1-on-4 with only an AWP.
And this has just been a really awkward round for Chromium, really, considering the weapons they had at the start of this, you'd have considered them to really go for this, and Pineapple Pizza, they somehow made amends for it, and they will eventually pick up their first round. Vuk finding the last headshot. These rounds early on have felt really messy and been hard to really sort of pin out and analyze.
Yeah, and the problem there with Chromium is they still chose to go to the A site, and they still overextended towards that B site, and left some of their teammates on that A site completely stranded in that Palace position. No refrag opportunity there against Brilla in that Palace position. He just gets the free 2k.
Chromium this time, they've got a AK, they've got a SMG and a UMP, but their buyout really not the best. They have been pretty much not fully reset, but forced to just get not the best buyout this round. Towards the B site, they will be heading towards it. Is where Pineapple Pizza have got a lot of their defensive players on hand. Little flash there, won't do much damage, but Zaza will get the open on Ratatan. Actually pushing out, Aaron can get himself 1. I thought he got a second there. MTM gets himself a second, and Chromium, there's something on this side.
Yeah, and Kova takes out Laker here. And now it's left in this 2-on-3 situation for Chromium. Still winnable for Chromium, you can never count them out, but they do have the lack of weaponry and the lack of utility as well.
And all that utility damage being done is just going to cost them even more. MTM was left. A successful retake for Pineapple, who will hold on to 2 rifles and an AWP. And I guess for Chromium, considering it was a force buy, they didn't get the best out of that. They got the bomb down, so they've got a bit of money from that, but it should be another eco from the T side realistically.
And what is this mid-round music? This is the music kit for... This is actually my music kit. It's my preferred music kit. It is the one with, when you win a round, it's the one that goes, sail.
Oh, I forgot what that's called. Owl Nation or something.
Yeah, it's AWOL Nation's music kit. I don't remember what it's actually called. I don't remember the album name. My mum has just delivered me pancakes, so I will be eating that on stream.
That's really sad, because I've got pancakes in my kitchen, and I can't really tell someone else to make them, because that makes me look lazy.
Oh.
Either way, Chromium this time, just on these pistols again. They have forced some upgraded pistols to work with. In this round, just any kills they can get, it's just what they can hope for. Yeah,
and even if they lose this round, they've got that gun round on the next. They bring it, although they do bring it to tight score lines. Great spray down there from Aaron, getting 2. Brillo also getting 1. And a second.
Ratata's left trying to do whatever damage he can, and nothing. That's successful. Rook with the deagle kill. A third round as Pineapple Pizza do tie up the game. Finally, Chromium could have a chance here to really get back into this game. They've lost the past 2 rounds here. Their economy really hasn't been that great. Still early game though. Not really much you can determine from that as we enter what I'm going to say is our first gun round.
Yeah, and our first gun round here, our first proper gun round here is going to be a full A execute here. Actually a contact A from the Chromium side, all coming out to the bomb site really, really quickly. FaZe taking out Zaza, and Ratata also taking a dink.
Brillo's the only defensive player really left on the site here as Chromium do get the bomb down quite convincingly, and Chromium don't look to be overextending for these kills, really just playing passive defensive positions and just trying to do whatever they can. Laka will take an instant shot of damage for the Pineapple Pizza team, and Brillo's just trying to tap away to find anything he can. A nice kill onto MTM from there, and FaZe can get one in response. Everyone was just too quick for that trade. 2 players remain, and they're just sticking a ninja. A nice try. And Pineapple Pizza do just pick up the round. Brillo with 2 kills at the end there.
Yeah, and that's even though Pineapple Pizza won that retake, it felt like they didn't know what they were doing, and they were just trying to pray to the luck gods. I'm trying to retake that and just going in as a squadron,
hoping they could get something realistically.
Yeah, and now there's just going to be another. It's going to be a deca round here for the Chromium side. It's just not enough money to take a second buy here, even with that bomb plant.
And the tricky thing for Chromium is it's still quite early on yet to really. It's sort of got to that point of a half. You're midway through the half, and your economy really hasn't got going, and that could be a bit of an issue, which could sort of affect them late on. And this round still hasn't really gone in the way of Chromium, albeit it was just an eco, as it were. And then for all they've got, and still a bomb in their hands, just they can get the bomb down at this point. That's the best they can get from this scenario.
Yeah, and Ratata does actually still have armor with this AK. Although he gets taken down by the eco-fragger, Aaron. I believe all of his frags so far have been eco-frags.
Yeah, he got that spray down the other round, didn't he? With the eco frags. I recall that being a thing.
Yeah, and just Unhuman here is just going to try to maybe save this M4.
I was going to say something about, we've not actually mentioned Pineapple and Pizza, have we? Like, if Pineapple goes on Pizza or not. I feel like
Right. It depends. It depends. Roasted pineapple? Hell nah. And I love pineapple.
I like pineapple. I've never had pineapple on pizza, so I can't really comment. I mean, like the idea of sort of a sweet fruit going with a savory product doesn't really sound that good, but I know it can work, but I've just never had it realistically.
I feel it just does work. It's like that tangy flavor from the pineapple comes out, but it can't be grilled pineapple. That's the problem.
What else is the problem? Aaron shouldn't have been pushing that smoke towards top mid, as cost a kill. A free kill pretty much to Chromium, who are making their way slowly onto this A site, but it is quite slow. They're relying on FaZe and this mid presence, and so far it's all worked out perfectly. Nice shot, actually, by Book. Gets a headshot, Widow gets himself 2 in response, and Pineapple Pizza aren't quite out of this round yet. Chromium, the bomb's down on site, and they've somehow got to try and recover this.
Yeah, in this 2v3 situation, Lakers still has a smoke, a molly, and flashes to try to support his teammate, but he's just going to hold down the fort here in this connector position.
And it's really just a nice little crossfire which they've got set up. The crossfire is slowly fading away. Brillo, he'll be now aware that there's a player on site in Kura, and a nice shot by him as well, as Brillo now remains against 2 players, and Chromium have got the bomb down at this point. Both these players half HP. It's still possible for Brillo, but has to just get the frag spawn by 1, I think.
Yeah, and the Chromium player, Kura, still has... actually, he just used it. He actually does have another molly still. So he could just continuously molly down this bomb and make it impossible for Brillo to take.
And that Molotov's just delayed him even more time. Kura, he wants to go for this nade and will just burn away, actually. In the Molotov, a 4th round for Chromium, a much deserved round. And for Pineapple Pizza, they won't be too affected by that. They've got loads of money. Obviously, Rookid's got 5-figure numbers.
Yeah.
I forgot what that's called.
5 rounds?
No, he had a 5-figure number, like the buyout, or his money, but that's quite a late buy actually coming out. But Chromium, if somehow just been easily gifted the A site, I feel like Pineapple Pizza were a little bit delayed then. Zaza will get the opening kill on Kura, and Chromium, they're just going to get a bomb down sight.
Getting a collateral coming out from Vuk. What a shot through the smoke.
Ratata against 4. What can he do? Gone.
He does have a flash, but he's just been mollied off, and the team are just going to defuse. He's going to save that AWP into the next round, which isn't looking like a good round for Chromium. They can either choose to save into this one or to buy around the AWP. And if I was personally there, I would buy around the AWP and try to see what they could do, and try to see if they can finally take her out this Pineapple and Pizza sturdy defense.
Sorry, I'm just trying to talk to someone about getting the X-ray camera. Apparently it's got something to do with the update. I don't know. We will try and get that sorted. But for Chromium this round, it really is a horrible buyout. They've got the AWP obviously saved by Ratata last round. And actually, Ratata's just going to lose that completely. Chromium, they've gone for the mid control, and the CTs, they're just cleaning this up so nicely. Elon 3k with him at the end. Pineapple 7-4 up, and I feel Pineapple convincingly got this first half.
Yeah, but it is still going to be... I think that Chromium are going to choose to make this a deco round here. And Pineapple also do actually have 2 AKs saved. One on Laker. Laker has 4 kills and 7 deaths so far. He's not been performing.
I'm not going to say he's hacking by any means, but I'm sure he'll get into the game slowly but surely. Towards the B site is where Chromium want to try and get an entry on site. Lakita is for now alone, as Pineapple will look to rotate players over.
Yeah, and these 3 Deagles on that Chromium side, if they can do any damage, that can open up the round for this Chromium side.
And Chromium, they're just going to try and go for the picks realistically. Vuk, the AWP, and get himself the opener from the market area. And Chromium, they're still just going to commit to this. The Molotov is there on site, and CTs, they're just holding it off nicely. Elon again, a 3k by him, shooting, getting all the eco frags. And like we'll just clean up the round for Pineapple Pizza, 8-4. And I forgot to mention I had pizza for dinner earlier.
Pizza for dinner? You really are a uni student, aren't you?
Yeah. I've also got an energy drink, so I think that kind of helps me become a uni student.
Yeah, energy drinks and pizza for dinner. Hot noodles, obviously, for breakfast. That is the uni student summed up in a bag.
I actually have cereal. I have Crave for cereal, and that's like the best cereal ever. Sorry, I have the Asda branded one.
Oh yeah, it has to be the off-brand because cheaper.
Yeah.
Uni student for life. Yeah, and Chromium finally being able to get an opener after already losing 2. It's now this 3v4 retake situation for Pineapple and Pizza. All of them coming from this market position.
And actually, Chromium have somehow got secure off the site. Really nice by Ratata, just holding the angle and easy enough to kill. But he is trying to get a response, really. But that's Brillo, who makes it a 2-on-2 at this stage. These 2 Chromium players don't have to peek at this stage, and still they're taking the risk to peek these angles. And the mistake by MTM means is Kura against 2 of the AWP, and they're just going to try for the defuse. One missed shot, and they're just sticking the defuse. They can clean it up nicely enough. Brillo with the last kill. 9-4 Pineapple Pizza, who hold on to 2 AWPs.
Yeah, and those 2 AWPs are actually going to be very, very helpful for that Pineapple and Pizza side. Chromium making the mistake to keep progressing right at the end of that round. They had fought to get their advantage, but they kept on fighting afterwards, just overfought, and as a result lost that round. Yeah, and it seems to be a normal default here for the Chromium side. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say a default with a lot of their presence towards A, including the bomb. 2 players in Palace, and it looks to be an AXU which they're setting up for the 2 players going from the tunnel. The underpass and a nice opener by MTN. He'll find Zaza. Now Pineapple, they're now a little bit aware of this mid presence and potentially going towards the A side. Brillo, he's so focused on this Palace position and he's so confident as a player there. Aaron there will shut off that mid presence as MTN falls, and Faders is also going to fall.
Yeah, to Brillo. Ratata does get the trade, however, and go over here through the smoke, taking out Vuk, but Aaron takes him out in the window. That's a 2-on-2 retake here for this A site. Ratata behind the bomb, and what a shot by Ratata on Aaron. Ooh, everyone likes to see that. Like, he hasn't performed so far, but can he perform in this 1v2 retake situation against Ratata and Unhuman?
Yeah, one player just hiding behind the firebox, the other towards Tetris. Like, he's got to be quick here. He's got a defuse kit, but he's got so many angles to clear out so quickly. Just a little tap on the defuse, and it's a great little bait in the end to allow Ratata to clean up. There's round number 5 for Chromium. And Ratata, that's a Pokemon, isn't it? If not, it just sounds like a name of a Pokemon.
No, it is the name of a Pokemon, but his name is like Ratatatatata. So it's more like, you know, a gun sound.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's quite good, that. 9,
what I find
5.
Oh, sorry. What I was about to say is, what I find confusing is he is the AWPer for the team, and the AWP is a slow fire, so it's not going Ratatatata. This was going rat.
That's the mid presence for Chromium, and this time Pineapple Pizza really don't seem to be wanting to push for the kills, and a nice missed shot actually by Vuk. I thought he hit that, but that's so unlucky. Zaza can help from mid. Trades galore towards this A site. Is Brillo just mollying off that angle? Everything done towards A. It's going to be a fake. Chromium now committed to this B site, and that's just a great little opener that they did. Everyone's on short, but he's just not in a great position. Really has to wait for his teammates for a retake.
Yeah, and here it's going to be the one player in Aaron making noise towards a short position, but the other 2 Pineapple and Pizza players retaking from this market player. Aaron, nice shot through the bench, taking out Kuva, but in the end getting taken out by Ratata's nade.
MDM is on site, and a great little kill from him, but didn't expect Brillo. 1 versus 1 is him against the AWPer, who's just hiding in apartments. Sorry, not apartments, in the van angle at this stage. And Brillo, he's so confident that he's in apartments that he doesn't expect the shot. Ratata, nice clean up, and that's 9-6.
Yeah, Chromium's at the end starting to actually get rounds, but it was a bit too late at that point. 9-6 half towards Pineapple and Pizza, and this game already looks as huge advantage to Pineapple and Pizza. But Pineapple and Pizza are yet to win a pistol round. Chromium winning the first pistol round, so I think there's going to be some sort of advantage there for that Polish side.
Yeah, Chromium will need to get this round realistically to keep them in the game and make it a little bit easier going into the second period. I mean, even if Pineapple Pizza got this first round, because of the economy changes, there's still time for Chromium to get something, but it might be a little bit too late realistically. 9-6 at the halftime. I was going to say something on Ratata's name to do with the gun, but I forgot what it was. I know you said he's an AWP, and it's like, Rat? If you are new here, do follow the RDYUP GG Twitch. You can also subscribe to the channel, because you can do that these days. I remember the days when you could only subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah, now these Twitch subscribers for the lower views is a great amount of money. Just supporting tournaments and stuff is so nice.
Can't do anything early on. It is just going to be a nice little execute onto this A site for the Pineapple Pizza team, and they've just locked their opponents off the site. FaZe can get 1 headshot, but it was quickly traded. Actually, Pineapple Pizza playing this a little more aggressively. MTM will get one shot as Zaza does fall. Brillo can get a trade to shut off that B presence from the Chromium team. 3-on-3. All players relatively low on the server.
Yeah, and so far it just seems to be trades galore.
Brillo against Kura. Kura only on one bullet. This would be a miracle when he misses the shot, and that's game over, unfortunately for him. Pineapple Pizza will get the bomb down. They'll get the plant. It will explode, and they will get round number 10, and these two players will survive, but nothing really that they'll gain from that.
Yeah, and that's Pineapple 10, Chromium 6. Pineapple taking a much needed round if they want to keep going for this one. That is their first pistol round of the day. They are going to be playing another game later against, I believe it was, I don't even remember who they play later.
They play against Active Esports or Activate Esports. I have to talk to someone about how that's pronounced. That game's at 9 o'clock UK time or 10 o'clock European time.
Yeah.
We are fully accepting of all time zones.
Even if you're American. Or you're War Dog.
Or your Wardog, yeah.
Yeah, War Dog.
I'll tell you what, on the subject of time zones, Europeans will have to get used to the concept that us Brits are going to be now saying GMT as opposed to BST because the clocks change from summer to winter time.
Yeah, that happens actually very soon. It happens on Sunday, doesn't it?
Is it this Sunday?
Yeah, I
I
believe
didn't know the
so.
exact time.
It's the last Sunday of October, so I think that
Okay.
is this Sunday.
Yeah, it is. Well, Pineapple Pizza, they've got an AK to work with this round, and that AK is doing massive damage. 2 instant kills to secure the B site, really, for Pineapple. Chromium, they've got these 2 players left to make that just 1 player. Kura remaining just hiding in jungle at this point, just searching for any damage, but this looks to be around that Pineapple Pizza secure with no casualties whatsoever. Kura just going to try and bait out anything. Can't do anything.
Yeah, and that's no weapons being taken out from that Pineapple and Pizza side, meaning they are literally swimming in cash.
All European teams should use CET or CES team. Debatable.
Debatable. I don't think ESL UK should.
Yeah.
And that's technically a European tournament.
Yeah. I do get what they mean, then. Here comes the mid presence for the team of Pineapple Pizza. Ratata will find the opening as Vuk falls, but still Pineapple want to push up short here, and they've just been given a chance. Ratata can't find anything, but that's good information he can supply to his team. His face finds 2.
Yeah, and it's just been this Pineapple side actually walking straight into the bullets of Chromium. But now, nice 2 kills from Kura, and that is just the 2 players from Chromium surviving. Much less than they would have been betted on at the start of this round when they were just taking out players left, right, and centre on that mid position. So it's actually just centre. But now Chromium are going to be able to afford quite a lot of utility for the players that had to save for the last round. And
Yeah. I'm going to say it's a full gun round. This time, our first full gun round of the second half. It is Pineapple with just a default in play. Ratata will be watching towards top mid and will be smoked off instantly as Zaza looks to push in support from Brillo.
yeah,
Just like that. That's mid control.
yeah, and the reason why Chromium aren't fighting this is because they still have a player on a FAMAS and a player on an MP5. They don't want to be wasting too many lives, too many personnel, especially with the lower weaponry towards this mid position.
One in window quickly faded into a smoke. Trade from Leech. What a shot that is! MTM just falling.
Yeah, and that just made me spit out the water I was just drinking right there. What a shot there. Nice shot there by Zaza. The nice one tap. Quick, crisp and clean. MTN being taken out in that connected position. And that's why they don't want to be challenging Pineapple in mid. Bay is taking out Zaza, but Brillo quickly trading. Unhuman taking out Aaron here. And now it's a 3-on-3 position. Pineapple here choosing this B site. All of Chromium already have rotated all the way over. And Ratata taking out one. Quiver taking out a second and a third. And being the last person to survive. That again is still an economic blow to Chromium. Even if they have won that round.
Yeah, a load of players have to rebuy at this stage. You can hold on to the AWP. There's going to be a couple of Famishes. They've now got to equate to phase and unhuman on those two lower damage quality weapons. They've got a nade each as well, and the economy really, the utility isn't really that great for Chromium either. Pineapple have got 2 flashes as they look to just go for a bomb plant and get that little bit of money going.
Yeah, and if you can see Pineapple here actually taking a few more lives now, it's going to be a very strong gun round for against Chromium, but instead it's only the one life lost in Curva, the person that seemed to have been undiable up to this point finally dies for the CT side, and now it is going to be 11-9 to Pineapple.
Another pause will be brought in, and Chromium, they've got 3 rounds on their own now, and they are starting to pull this back ever so slightly. Pineapple Pizza, they've still got the lead, but Pineapple Pizza, they'll have to try and get something really going on this T side just to keep the momentum back in, or to swing the momentum in their favor, and to stop Chromium from pushing for any more rounds on the scoreboard. Brillo at the top of 27-10, Air on 20-15 kills. Ratata 18-14 for the Chromium team, the current top fragger for the team from Poland.
Yeah, and is there any chance you can find the update for the Asterix versus 200k game?
I'll have a shout at someone just to see if there's anything going. We've got a great little staff team here, and I'm sure someone will be able to shout at me. Or I can shout at someone to get it.
Yeah, and that'll be very much appreciated. But it is 11-9. The round difference brought down from the 3 rounds at the start of the half, now down to the 2 rounds. Chromium actually getting some rounds on their belt, and they do have a full utility, an AWP, and 4 M4s. No saved AKs, none of that sort, but this 4 AK and 1 AWP setup from Pineapple Pizza with the low utility means that they will have to, after this default, they'll have to go for something crisp, clean, and quick.
Crisp, clean, lock boys. A nice little buyout, really, for the Chromium team, and the utility isn't really that great for Pineapple Pizza. Either way, they do get the opening kill in this round. It is quite a passive defensive maneuver which they're going for, and they're hoping that Chromium want to push further at this point, but they've lost that man early on from top mid. Now they just have to rethink things and play it a little more gentle as the side of Pineapple try to get some control of the B side.
Yeah, and Chromium here backing off, giving up all of mid control, only looking at that short area, and actually playing A for retake as well. Looks like Pineapple are making the correct choice and doing an A execute here. There is going to be the one defender in that Delpan position, or CT for you non-Americans.
Slowly but surely making their way out. FaZe is going to take a little bit of damage for now, just towards the B side, but everything done towards B by Pineapple is going to be a little fake as Chromium have to set their focus and minds on the A side. MTM pretty much giving them the site to work with, an easy enough bomb plant for Pineapple Pizza. They've now got the bomb plant, but these nades could do so much damage, especially if these 2 players low lucker. We'll get one, but Kura and MTM, the retake looking so strong at this point by Chromium, a 3-on-2 in favour of Pineapple.
Yeah, and just for the man down, they are still a man down here, but the trade's actually still going in favour of Pineapple here. And Aaron taking down Vuk through the wall.
Yeah, MTM was low on health there. It would have been a massive ask for him to get the 3 kills in the end. I can give you the update on the other game between 200 Knives and Asterix. It is 8-1 to 200 Knives in that game. Don't really know what map it is, but 8-1 in favour of them.
Yeah, so you heard it here first, chat. 8-1 to 200 Knives in that 200 Knives Asterix game. Probably, I think it was Inferno or Cash, if I was correct. If I'm correct, I do not remember.
No clue. Well, an eco from Chromium this round, and actually the player there in Leica wasn't going overly committing to any kills. There one there towards the B site. Ratata not able to do sufficient damage to kill off Aaron. That's B site secured. Pineapple now. The retake scenario looking to be brought in. As Aaron finds himself another nice spray down.
Yeah, MTN and Curva here. CZ and Deagle in a 1v5 with one flanking in Clan. He actually might be taken out here by Curva. But I think Chromium are just going to try to do some damage. Maybe take a gun out to the next round.
A gun is the best option they've got at this point. Kura will get one kill from this. There's an AK in his hands now, but the race is on for him to fall back and try to hold on to this realistically, or just do any further damage to his opposing numbers. No player's actually backing out towards his position either.
Yeah, and it just looks like he'd be trying to do some stat padding instead of saving this one.
Well, I said earlier on that Pineapple Pizza will need to try and get the momentum back in their favor, and I believe they've just really done that here. But Chromium will be another full gun round coming out. No AWP, actually, for either teams, I don't think.
No, Voot
Or for
still
the
does have
CTs.
Yeah, and this
I meant to
full
say-
utility for this Pineapple Pizza side means they might go for a full-on execute halfway through this round, with Chromium having such little execute to actually battle against that.
Remember, Pineapple only need 3 more rounds just to close out this opening game, and so far this round not quite going in their favor just yet. A huge chunk of damage towards 2 of the players in apartments isn't going to be that favorable at this stage. The remaining T side are just playing it passive elsewhere on the map, and Chromium this time not overcommitting anywhere. Instead of a player in mids, they've just got a player towards stairs. That's the side of a map which Pineapple Pizza, if they chose to challenge, they could easily pick up.
Yeah, Pineapple Pizza also not actually focusing anywhere close to mid, so it seems to be a very good gamble here from this Chromium side, deciding not to do anything with mid.
I'm towards a B side is where Pineapple will try and get some frags at this stage, but I'm also in apartments, meaning they're most likely going to commit to it at this stage as the utility gets fired in that position. FaZe is just trying to spam anything, and not really that much damage done. Would have been a big ask to do any damage. Volk finds one unhuman FaZe. They're finding the kills, and Volk now remains on 10 HP and has to fall back with the AWP. I believe Chromium, they've done enough to win this round.
Yeah, and Chromium actually taking quite a lot away from this Pineapple and Pizza side. I do not believe, yeah, with Zaza's money, they are not going to be able to buy into this next round, especially since Fook is going to be saving this AWP. The one that has the most money is not going to be making any money off this round.
I mean, even just holding on to this AWP is something Pineapple can work with, because their economy's not that bad. It's not too bad. They won the previous 2 rounds, so they've got some money built up, but really the result isn't what they wanted. It means a 10th round for Chromium. They hit double figures. And now's the time when one of these sides would want to push ahead and try and close it out easily, but it's been quite a close game, as you could do right from the start.
Yeah, and Chromium actually starting to swing some control back in their favor here. Let's ready up Season 3. And Chromium are going to be doing another normal default with Pineapple looking to take mid control halfway through this round.
That's it. That's one opener towards B. I can't talk at this stage. English is very difficult.
I can
And
actually agree.
I'm apparently a native speaker to it.
I am, however, not a native speaker to English, so this is a very different thing for me.
Shots fired, nothing just yet. Ratata will take care of that one solo player towards B. The smokes towards A, they're magnificent. They're on point. Utility all good. Chromium locked out. Pineapple have now got the site, and they've now just going to really get the bomb plant and hold on to this. In mid, Willow will get one before getting traded out by the player on short. 3-on-2 in favor of the retaking side. Can Chromium somehow get the retake this round?
Yeah, and I really just want that replay on MTN shooting the player through the smoke. But Leica taking out Unhuman here. 2-on-2, actually now in favor of Pineapple. But Pineapple, Boot taking out Ratata, MTN now left. Off of the bomb site, now going to triple to try to defuse this bomb in the smoke.
MTM has to back away, but he is now going to try and re-stick it. The smoke faded, means his visibility will be hidden, and Rook just believes he's done enough to win it. He has. MTM runs back. Pineapple Pizza get a 14th round, 2 rounds from closing out this game, and Chromium, if they want to win this, this is the time when they need the response.
Yeah, and both teams there saving an AWP straight through. Pineapple actually taking this round, and now it's going to be a deagle there for Ratata. Just going to be a compromise here for Chromium if they want to still take this round. Yeah, and
actually, I guess for Chromium, their buyout isn't that bad. If they win the round, or it's possible for them to win the round, considering they've got 3 M4s and an AWP. Ratata, of course, only on that deagle. And
yeah.
again, just a default, and I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
No, that's my bad. I keep interrupting you, but I just really quickly wanted to say, Pineapple also don't actually have as much utility as they would like, but they do still have the 3 smokes able to do an execute, and actually one of the smokes are actually about to go down towards this mid position.
112 on the clock, just slow and passive from Pineapples. They were waiting for their opponents to make a mistake. Nothing given just yet. Aaron was about to fall back, but not anymore, as Kuro takes note of the split presence from the opponent. He tries to hit the shot, 1 missed shot, and Fade can get 1 open as Zaza. He's taking the risk and wants to go for it, but Brillo's going to get shut down from Connector. Pineapple Pizza not done yet with this ace, but you know what? They're still finding some kills.
Yeah, and Laker now left in this 1-on-3 situation. He hasn't been the top performer so far, but he does get 1 and almost gets the 2nd, but is taken out by Unhuman. It is now 14-11 Chromium taking a round that they probably wouldn't have been bet to win.
Game, or not the game. The result of that means Pineapple Pizza this round have got no money to work with. Again, an invitation for Chromium to get back into this round, considering their buyout isn't that good. They've got an M4, got an AWP, and they've also got an AUG, which is going to be played towards short.
Yeah, and that AUG actually has a chance to hit someone in the head and take them out in the 1 shot. A very good weapon for that CT side, and that's a great example of it there. Right now, Unhuman taking out Brillo with amazing decisiveness. Aaron being taken out by FaZe, and FaZe also taking out Zaza. Curva taking out Laker on the site. Vuk now left trying to plant. It does get the plant out. But
I didn't even realise he went on the A side.
Yeah, me neither. I did not realise that they were going to try to fake it out and just get out of Palace. They do get their plan done in the end, and they do actually get the bomb plant, meaning that they will have enough money to buy an AWP into this round if they would like to.
14-12. We will try and get you coverage of that later game coming up between Serval and Arctic. That should be coming up after this game, but just depending on the result, it will depend whether we can actually stream it or not. Pineapple Pizza, they are 2 rounds away from taking this, but Chromium, they've got a nice little chance to capitalize and get back going in this game. They've got 2 AWPs to work with this round. Pineapple Pizza this time getting some momentum towards the A site, but the smoke early on will just slow things down a bit. It is MTM close up and personal towards A.
Yeah, and this Chromium side actually being very, very careful towards this mid position and making sure that they're not losing any lives, and just making sure that they don't give up much info. Look, taking out Unhuman there on this, and taking out FaZe. A great entry there by Vuk. Another one by Vuk, and Aaron actually taking out MTN early. It's Curva lives left in this 1-on-5 situation.
It's going to be a tough ask to really do whatever we can at this point. Just trying to hide in the back of sniping nest, trying to do some damage, and been trying to hit so many shots, none of them quite connecting. Brillo gets a kill. That means Pineapple Pizza go to match points. They've got 3 match points to work with. Chromium, you've got no money. You've got some money to work with, but not all of your players will get a good buyout now.
Yeah, and just quickly, I really quickly want to mention that even though Pineapple Pizza do look like they're about to win this game and close it out, they're just the 2 players, and like Zaza and Laker haven't really shown up, and it shows that all you need is a couple of players showing up really to win a game.
Yeah, just looking at the Chromium buy this round, and all and an M4 and an all, with the other two players just with a Deagle and an SMG, and those players slowly getting faded away. FaZe takes a chunk of damage towards B. Pineapple not overcommitting. They are still just playing it slowly. They seem to be on the cusp of winning this game, but if someone got to find a way onto this B site, and that looks to be where they're heading towards early on.
Yeah, and it does also look like Chromium are pretty stacked on this B site, so there's going to be some heavy resistance here against this Pineapple and Pizza players. Zaza taking out FaZe, durable. Unhuman does take out Zaza though, taking out another in Laker, Aaron. Oh, Unhuman here with that AUG, as you would call it, or the AUG as I would call it, doing a lot of damage.
Bomb goes down, and Kura, he's got such a dangerous position on the sides here. Bomb still can't be planted. A nice shot by Kura, but can trade it out. He's on 15 HP, and he's trying to find this last player in MTM who's on full health and still has 2 flashes to work with. Bomb still isn't down, and there's another kill for MTM, and Chromium get round number 13. Pineapple Pizza, they've still got some money to work with, and how far can Chromium take this? The chance is there for overtime, but Pineapple Pizza, they're going to take a pause just to try and work out what happened.
Yeah, and it's not looking as good for Pineapple Pizza as it was at the start of the run. They walk into the wrong, there was a wrong read, and they walked into a stack and just lost way too many players till the one player in bench. Maybe some miscomps, but Unhuman with that AUG just completely decimating that Pineapple Pizza side.
Yeah, Brillo has been a key player for that Pineapple and Pizza side on the scoreboard, 30-15. That's a KD of what? 1.52. I can't even do maths. But that's a really good KD he's got going on his end of it. Chromium's top fragger is Kura on 23-20. Now you can start believing if you're the Polish team. You've got to 15-13. You don't really have that good money though this round. This could be quite interesting because both teams have got a really awkward buy.
Yeah, and Pineapple here, all they need to do is get a couple of kills, and just because of the lack of weaponry on this Chromium side, they can steamroll on and take this game.
I don't really know what to say at this point. Chromium, 2 rounds to take it from overtime in this RDYUP GG game. Pineapple still got 2 match points to work with and don't really have to rush it. They've got an outside Chromium, they've got a good buy actually. They just dropped the weapons, and open an M4 is what Chromium will be working with. A pre-fire mid by Ratatan. What a kill that is to find Vuk just with the pre-fire. Everyone wanted to get a response, but Ratata still able to do damage from this jungle position. Bomb dropped in mid as Zaza falls. With Laka and Brillo, 2 players remaining.
Yeah, now it's Brillo left in this 1v5 situation. No chance he can win this. And the Deagle just peeking him there. Now is down to 9 HP. Ratata with a nade, taking his 4th kill of that round. 14 Chromium, 15 Pineapple. There is a chance for OT, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Pineapple Pizza, they've got the money or the weapons just to shut it off in this last round here. This would be devastation for Chromium if they can't win this, but even them, their side have got a good buyout, which includes a lot more utility than their opponents, as I believe. The mid control is what Pineapple will try and work with. Ratata gonna mid Kura, watching from connector. Chromium really are aware of this mid presence, which Pineapple want to pick up, and for now, Arion is in B trying to do anything as well.
Yeah, and it's going to be another B stack here from Chromium, and if Pineapple have the wrong read yet again, they can be shut out very, very fast, especially with the AUG also being on that B side of the map.
The issue with Pineapple Pizza is they don't have a lot of utility really in terms of defensive. They've only got flashes and 1 smoke remaining, and that 1 smoke has been used. And Aaron has to just back away from this B site, the B apartments at this point. Chromium, they've pretty much lost the A site at this point unless Kura can do something. 1 nice shot, but now his attention has to turn towards ramp, the side where Pineapple Pizza are now going to try and push up. Mike will be the first player close up and personal, but Kura, a nice shot and still trying to do damage. Couldn't find a player in connector. It is just Aaron, and Chromium have done it. We're going to overtime.
Ah, we are going to overtime. Overtime number 1 here. Chromium and Pineapple are going to stay on the same sides. I believe it is 10k cash for this overtime. Correct me if I am wrong, but it looks like it's just going to be two. We're going to at least see 2 full gun rounds out from this Chromium side, from this Chromium and Pineapple Pizza side, which is going to be very, very good to watch.
And from the Chromium point of view, a great comeback. Chromium got 9 sixes in both half. Am I right? Maybe not. I don't know. Wait.
Yeah, Chromium got 9 rounds on that CT half. Same with Pineapple and Pizza also got 9 rounds on their CT half. Meaning, showing that these two teams have a stronger CT half than their T halves had been.
Sorry, I'm just really confused because a couple of players are disconnected and I don't really know what's happened. I think there'll be a pause to try and get the players back in.
Yeah, and it seems very confusing on what's going on, but the players have seemed to have rejoined here. We are going into overtime number 1, Pineapple and Pizza versus Chromium in this RDYUP.GG tournament number 3.
And because of how delayed everything is and because of the pause, we can't really hype anything up until we actually get everything. But it is a Polish team against a mixed European team. You said to me you thought Pineapple Pizza were a mixed team, but I think it was just the case that they're mixed. They're a group of players from a mixed range of European countries.
Yeah, and speaking of mixed teams, how is BitKill for you going?
I'm not in Big Hill.
Oh, what happened to that?
Well, their team got accused of having something like a cheater and people who throw in that, and that was quite funny. I don't promote cheating or throwing in any way whatsoever, but apparently I was in a team which had people cheating, throwing, whatever. But that was quite fun. And I don't really know what to say about that. I'm really just confused. If you are new here, do follow the RDYUP.GG social media accounts, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Of course, any support is welcome. We're your casters, Louis2K and Mandeep.
Yeah, and if you want to follow either of us, Louis2K is at Louis2K_ on Twitter, and it's at Zesty Edits for me. Yeah.
I was just trying to find some information on the other games which are going on. We've been told we won't be doing the server robotic game because the players wanted to get on with it, and this has gone to overtime. So just timing has just bad timing really has happened.
Yeah, we might still be able to start it halfway through, I think.
Yeah, we can try and join it, whatever sort of everyone's available to do with.
Yeah, it's because we've already got quite a lot of Serval and Serval fans in chat, and I do want to still watch that match.
We'll be definitely doing the 9 o'clock game, which is between Pineapple Pizza and Active Esports.
Yeah,
and then if we have time after that, we'll do the other one.
Active Esports is going to be a challenge for Pineapple and Pizza if they're already having some sort of challenge against Chromium here. The OT should be starting any moment now. The pause should be ending very, very soon.
It seems to be a tech issue of the console. Sorry for this. We are ready, and they just have to restart the round because players joined in back late. So just a quick little restart. We'll get back up, and that's really good that they're able to just back up all the rounds. That's so good. Well done to the tech team behind this.
Yeah. Very, very well done league so far, actually. I love to see the amount of effort put into this. They've got the website, they've got the league all underway. They've got scheduling like literally down to a T. And
also, just so you guys know, sorry to interrupt. In the other game, it ended 200 Knives 16 asterisk 3 in that game. It was on Inferno, and it was a 25, only 25-8 for Dak in terms of his KD. Not a bad little score. Back underway here. Pineapple Pizza 15, Chromium 15.
yeah, OT number 1 has now started, and as I did say earlier, it was 10k cash to start off with. Both teams having a full buy. Pineapple Pizza opting to not have an AWP. Chromium going for the 2 AWP investment. And Ratata and Kuva holding these 2 AWPs. And it's just going to be a flash out for Pineapple here onto this A site.
Kura can't do anything with the AWP. He falls instantly. There are nades raining in both directions, but still Pineapple can come up on top. Ratata can't even hit anything. Zaza gives massive the AK there. And he was just allowed to push in, but it's only going to be 1 kill for him. It remains a phased against 3 players, 2 tags. But you know what? He can't do anything. Zaza took no damage whatsoever. And that was a great little 4K from the Pineapple Pizza player.
Yeah, and Zaza actually doing really, really good there to shut out that Chromium retake, especially from that CT position. And he's just going to go rebuy. All of the Pineapple and Pizza side are going to be able to fully rebuy. Chromium, however, this is going to be their last buy. After this, they are going to have to go for some awkward force round, but they are going to opt for no AWPs, Vuk on the AWP for the Pineapple and Pizza side.
Pineapple and Pizza just so happy to push out onto the A side. Zaza gets 1 Vuk, another Vuk. Chromium, they're trying to hold on however they can. 2 quick kills from Kuren. Unhuman can also come to support his defending teammates. Pineapple Pizza, they look so aggressive just pushing in on the side, but they've not been able to get the bomb down quite yet. Unhuman and Phased slowly being unsmoked, and a nice kill there by Phased. All that remains is Brillo.
Yeah, and Brillo catching out Phased on that stairs position, knowing where the last player is. He's going to opt to go towards this B side of the map. Great short jump there, showing his skill.
And it's so good. Unhuman is just completely unaware of this. He's unhuman and he's unaware of what's going on. I hate myself for that joke.
Yeah, and Brillo here now has the AK here. On the retake for Unhuman, Unhuman has the AUG, not the best weapon for retakes. He does have a flash and a smoke to go with it, so he can try to ninja this.
As you said, he is going to stick with the ninja. Brillo's just going to push out and just spraying. Can get a kill. It was a big ask to get a kill, but he was able to kill it.
Yeah, and Brillo taking that round. Again, Pineapple and Pizza going 2-0 in this overtime so far from their T side. Chromium now are going to have to do a force round, and they are not favoured to win this half. If they drop 2 more rounds, they are out of this game, and their comeback is for naught.
And if they want to get this comeback started, they're going to have to do it with a really awkward buyout, which includes a scout and loads of SMGs. Their opponents, Pineapple Pizza, they seem to be quite committed to this B side. The utility raining down onto the side, but a nice kill by Unhuman, like he can trade. But Unhuman doing all the work from short. He gets himself 2 further kills, and Zaza, he's getting his side back wherever he can. 1 kill and can get a second as well. He knows, what is that? That's so good by him. Kura, he remains for Chromium, and it was a round you thought they could have won.
Oh, and Kuva actually getting stuck in that molly there, being brought down to 20 HP. He does have Vuk there on 29 HP, who does take him out in the end. Pineapple and Pizza taking that half 3-0 in the first OT. If Pineapple and Pizza take 1 more round in this game, they will go on to win this match.
34 kills for Brillo. He's been a key player throughout the entire game for the Pineapple Pizza side. I said that before. Kura, 27-24.
Yeah, and Zaza actually showing up now. Earlier he wasn't doing as great, but now he's showing up. The pings seem to be a bit different. MTN on 74 and Zaza on 118.
I wonder if they'll have a pause to fix that, or if that's just been his poor or his pingles game.
I would be very surprised if it was. There is actually an Icelandic team playing tomorrow, so I want to see that.
Ooh, I'd like to watch that.
You'd like
I will
to
be
watch
watching that.
You will be watching that. That's what I was about to say. I think we're casting tomorrow.
There's 2 games on tomorrow. TBXL2 pitches WanteD.Academy W. That's not the focus. What is the focus? Is this game Chromium? They're 1 round away from getting knocked out, and they're gonna have to get 3 rounds in a row not to lose this game. The CT side, they'll be stacking 4 towards A. Their opponents for now stacking all of their players towards B. This could be a mistake just from the early call.
Yeah, a simple B rush. Vuk does take out 1 in that apartment's position with the AWP that he has. missing a shot, and Unhuman takes him out with a simple headshot.
Yeah, the nade's really not doing that much damage from the Chromium point of view, or from the Pineapple Pizza point of view. Utility not quite run out for either side yet, but time desperately ticking away for the Pineapple Pizza side. They've got one kill. MTM, he's low, and that reload really did cost Unhuman. MTM, he can't do anything. Pineapple Pizza, they close out this game in overtime, 19-15. There's a game in which Chromium just didn't have any sort of response in this overtime period.
Yeah, and that is 19-15 to Pineapple Pizza. Very well done for Chromium coming back and taking this game into OT, but unfortunately for them, they are out of this match. But they are still not out of this group stage so far. They will be back playing, I believe, no, it's Pineapple playing later today, who will be playing Active Esports. Join me and Louis later for that game. But currently, I think we are going to go mid-game into Serval versus...
Was that where I'm meant to be picking up? Serval against Arctic.
Yeah, I forgot the other team name. That's my bad. I almost spelt Fish Connect. So, Fish Connect indeed. We are going
to quickly go back on that, something about the Pineapple Chromium game. Brillo Quickie ended up having 35 kills to 20 assists, a rating of 1.52. Cura, 27-26. Still, you got players fragging even though it went to overtime, and Chromium, we've seen enough of them to show that they've got a good little chance to get something in this league.
Yeah,
well played to both teams.
Yeah, well played to both teams. Leica is now actually in chat after the game. Good game, Leica. Unluckily that you guys couldn't win. Very well done from all the boys. And me and Louis will be back as soon as we figure out what game we are casting. We'll see you in just a bit.
Welcome back to the RDYUP GG Amateur League for our third season. This time it will be Arctic taking on Serval, a fully Scandinavian game going on here, and our second game tonight live on the RDYUP GG Twitch. I'm your commentator, Louis2K, along with my good old friend Mandeep. Good evening, dude.
Hi, yeah, good evening, Louis. And if you want to see any of us two or our observer, who is at Frozen Fraser, me on Twitter is at ZestyEdits, and Louis on Twitter is at Louis2K_. If you ever like our casting. But let's get straight into the teams. RDYUP.GG Season 3. There's already been 3 games that have gone underway. This is the 4th match of the season, and Arctic is the Swedish team versus the Finnish team of Serval.
Yeah, lots of people getting involved in chat, hoping to see a Serval win. Welcome to those of you supporting from Finland, and also those of you supporting from Sweden tonight. Yes, Serval, lots of people are aware of them. They've been known to be quite a big team in the CSGO region. They've played some, I was about to say they've played some Face It, but then again, lots of people played Face It at this point. It should be a good game coming up, and pretty much a Scandinavian derby, we could say from this point. It is Serval consisting of Wilpers, RMZ Vils, Frosted, Trepzer, or Chuzipa, and actually against the Arctic team of Tillman, Florp, Bills, Fardas, and Linton. And just begun the delay. We apologise for the delay. It seemed to be a delay on the player end. They were just the timing because of the tournament system. They believed the game was an hour later than what it should have been. So apologies for the delay. I do have the veto. We are going to be going into Mirage, but the veto. Arctic banned Overpass. Serval banned Train. Arctic banned Inferno. Serval banned Nuke. And then Arctic banned Dust 2. And Serval banned Cash.
Yeah, and we're just waiting for the players to join this Mirage server really quickly. It's just because the server had to restart, and so as soon as the players are in, we are going to go straight into the 9th round for Serval versus Arctic. Now, while we wait, is there anything you would like to talk about?
I feel like there was something we were going to talk about, but I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah, right. We were going to be talking about this Cobble changes. Have you played any of the new Cobble games?
Oh yeah. I played a game on Cobble last night. I don't know if I like it. I kind of like some of the changes they've made because it simplifies the map ever so slightly. So if you're not aware of what they've done, they made a update to Cobblestone to go in line with the Halloween event that comes up later or next Wednesday.
Yeah, and I actually really dislike the changes to A site. The B site changes, they're alright, but it doesn't address the issue. Cobblestone is supposed to be that map that is CT-sided, for the fact being CT-sided, and it's supposed to be that, that one map that is CT-sided. But the problem was it was really boring to watch just because the pros would just go B, 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 and then when there was a stack, they just fake B, go A, B, 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 and that just seemed to be Cobblestone in a bag.
Yeah, it was never really a map. It was a map I enjoyed casting. I was casting when it was in the active duty mode, but it'll be nice to see if it comes back and see if they make any further adjustments. So the changes they've made to Cobble is in the drop zone from CT. You can now self-boost into drop towards the T stairs area. They've also shut off the mid stairs. I forgot what it was called, but
the stairs connector, the connector between long A and mid A.
Is that called like danger or something?
I don't know. I called it stairs all the time. But yeah, the teams are now going straight into a 9th round. Here we go. Arctic versus Serval. Just give me a second so I can actually get this on. Oh, wow.
And I'm trying to work out if this is a CT-sided or T-sided map. We saw, obviously, the game earlier, which favoured the team who started CT side.
Yeah, it was more of a CT-sided map. Mirage is more of a CT-sided map, but it is one of those closer maps. It's one of the maps that everyone likes to play, and I believe the percentages are 55 to 45, if I'm not mistaken.
What, in favour of C2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I believe like the meta, it has changed a little bit more towards T side over the past few months, but it does of course just depend on the team coordination, the team executes, how sort of stacked or aggressive the CT side do want to play. But there's gonna be Arctic starting on the CT side server, all the Finnish team on the T side. Let's get underway. 2 flashes, a defuse kit for Arctic. The remaining players just investing in armor, and actually there's going to be 4 flashes and just the 1 smoke in the hands of Fardas. Serval working towards A.
Yeah, Seville also do have 2 smokes and a couple of flashes just to get themselves onto this A site, reduce those angles, the USP range advantage, and try to take this bomb site.
And Serval at the moment not just going to be overcommitting just for now. The smokes so far all looking good as they get the open onto the A site, and for the CTs really to make the call to stack onto B was really a desperate and unneeded call.
No, I don't believe it was desperate because the A site is decent to retake, especially if this Arctic side go in as a unit. But the problem here is Serval have taken jungle control. But does take one out towards the A ramp area though. And Phil's getting one in that jungle position.
Frosty is also going to get another. RMZ's just going to push out to take down Bills. Fardas and Florp, they remain for this Arctic team, and Fardas is trying to do some damage. We'll get 1 headshot, but couldn't quite get the follow-up onto Bills. Florp is trying to do any damage. Just got 1 player after getting 2 shots, actually. And isn't going to be allowed to find RMZ either. He'll just survive, but Serval can get around by the skin of their teeth. Arctic, no chance of a defuse there, realistically.
Yeah, and that entire round was won by Serval off of the fact that they had jungle control and that they could trade out towards those sort of areas. Florp just taking out a couple of players just by his raw aim, using that just to get some kills and reduce the amount of stuff that Serval take into the next round, reduce the amount of armor.
And it was an interesting call for Serval to actually use smokes on that opening round. It worked out perfectly just as they needed, and they smoked all the key areas off CT jungle, stairs, just as you need from a T-sided A push.
They actually smoked deep jungle and CT, and those were the only 2 smokes that they had used.
Oh, I thought they... Oh, my mistake. I thought they used one on stairs.
No, they only had brought in 2 smoke. They only brought 2 smokes into that round, and it's just a miscall from that Arctic side, actually choosing to play A for the retake side, even though that they took it for a retake. They just didn't retake as a unit, and they lost control to jungle, and that's one of the things. You can't lose either CT or jungle control. You need to keep those 2, even if you're playing A for retake.
For the Serval side this round, most of the players have invested and opted to go for SMG. Treps there, potentially going to be AWPing because he hasn't brought anything, just a P250 to his name. Against Serval, looking to get something towards A, with Arctic, the defending side, just stacking this B site. Most likely going to be an unlucky call if Serval do push now. It could spell trouble. But again, Arctic, they've got the chance to retake the A site. We've seen them do it in that first round.
We've seen them attempt it in that first round. But it does look like as soon as Serval realise that there's no one on this A site, or as soon as they feel ready, they are just going to steamroll straight through. And here they go, straight onto this A site. Meanwhile, the Arctic players haven't a clue that they're on there as of yet, and as soon as this bomb plant is down, I think Arctic are going to try to actually, instead of taking retake positions, they are going to try to get exit frags.
Yeah, I don't seem to be overcommitting to it whatsoever. Florp's the 1 player in the market area, and you know what? Even he's not going to be overcommitting to anything just yet, as Arctic try to do whatever damage they can do. Bills is a player on short, trying to find something along with Fardas just approaching from under. Serval, they're not overcommitting to these frags either, but they are now starting to push out, trying to get the information. RMZ gets himself 2. The Mac 10 Bills will find Florp on the market as well. Tillman is on short, and he's been spotted, but 1 nice shot there by him, actually. 2 kills for him in the end, but Serval can clean it up. Arctic at least doing some economic damage to their opponents.
Yeah, but the problem there is Arctic were just feeding those SMGs. There wasn't a single rifle that Arctic could find to die to, and they've just fed Serval so much money that single kill just means nothing into this round. And it's going to be a full buy round for Arctic. Or actually, they're going to be less on the utility side of things. But Serval here are going to be going for SMGs.
Do you reckon that smoke there was actually planned, or was that just something they messed up? I can't really tell. What a shot, Tillman. Finds one, Bills trades out.
Yeah, and I think that was a failed smoke, but it just denies. It might be one of those useless smokes that deny information. Yeah, and Willis now in this 1v3 situation. Bardas had already gotten that nice tap 2k, 3k, my bad. Wills does get the one on Raz, almost getting the one onto Florp, my bad, but Fardas picks up that 4k and takes an AK into the next round, along with 4.
Yeah, great hold in the end, and Serval weren't able to get the bomb down either. Not as much money as what they might have intended, but a gun round which did favour the defending side of Arctic, and then they've still got a nice relative buyout, as of Serval actually. I mean, 2 players have got unusual weapons. A Mag 7 in the hands of Tillman, just as he said for Trepza. And I don't even think he brought an ult last round, did he?
No, Arctic do still have this buy. Do still have an interesting, actually have that Mag 7. It's an interesting buy. But Serval here just have enough utility if they want to go for some sort of execute. They have enough smokes. But they look like they're about to choose the site which is stacked. However, Bills does seem to be rotating off of that CT position and away from his B site, letting Florp and Razza get sandwiched onto the safe site.
Florp 1 kill. Raz gets himself 1 real pulse. Can get 1 kill in response to Serval. Still try to commit to this site, but it's Bills. He'll get another one. Frosted. It's on site, Heaven. Trying to get the bomb plant. He's aware of this player in CT, and Bills. 1 original kill for him, and Tillman just not expecting the player behind him. A tiny bit of damage done. But Serval starting to have a little bit of a chance here, and Frosted, he's playing this so carefully because Bills could just peek that at any moment, and timing's just going to be the winner in that scenario.
Yeah, and Trez just make sure that he can't be flanked. And now Serval do get some weaponry, and Frosted taking out Bills here. Bardas in this 1v2 situation.
Oh, no chance for him. Frosted gets his 3rd.
Yeah, and it's a cheeky shot there by Frosted, and I think Frosted played that very, very well, just playing it patiently, knowing how much time he has left in the clock, and letting his teammate in Trespa just clear everything else out around him.
A safe move, and it does mean that Arctic this round have only got some pistols to work with. A little bit of utility, but nothing too major. Arctic again, just trying to go for the stack. I believe what they're trying to do is just go in for the sort of, they're playing it in pairs, just so they can go for the trade kills. And deep into apartments they go. They can clear out that area, but will they be expecting this really defensive push from Serval? Tillman for 1 player, but Trepsa, he'll be the player to get himself 2 kills. And Serval for now. Nice opening bit of damage.
Yeah, and just off of that aggression, I believe they're just going to choose the A site because Trespa did receive a dink, and if there's any other players, it'd be very, very unfortunate. Players already coming through. Razza taking out Vils because Vils was being very, very unobservant and not checking his angles.
Suddenly, the CTs have got a little bit of a chance here. Raz and Bills, they get themselves 2 kills, and they make it a 2-on-2 at this stage. A pause will be brought in, and Wilps gets himself 2 to clutch around and save the round for Serval, who I thought had a chance to really clean up the round anyway.
Yeah, and Louis, I'm going to have to ask you a favour really quickly. I am being summoned by a few people, so I will be half a minute at most. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Hello, chat. You've got me to cast. Poor you. I'll take this round. I've only got these pistols. It's going to be a full eco. They've got no utility either, which doesn't help at all. Serval. We'll top mid and towards B for now, where they're trying to get some information. And Arctic, we've seen this before. still early days yet, but when they do choose to play it on these ecos, they do stack up together to try and play for the picks. It's going to be Frosted, the player, to try and get an entry. Tillman will spot these players aggressing, and the nade's actually doing sufficient damage into Tillman, but Frosted can get one nice kill. Frosted comes to find a second as well, and a third. You know what? He's just going to shut Tillman down as well. And he kill frags. Builds into one player, and he almost got away with finding one kill there. It's a bit unlucky. Level 5-1. But now Arctic will try and search for this next round to get going and to try and get the momentum really going in their favor, because they don't have that much momentum at the moment. I'm dying. So, well, mid control is present for. It was going to be present for Serval, but the player in mid has just chosen to back away now. Serval, just nice set of utility, default smokes all over the place. And Molotov also forcing Bills out of position, but for now he still hasn't been spotted out. Serval, they're going to push out here. Flash just denying the player in Palace, and that player will be able to find a kill. Vils takes advantage. Floor. He's just going to find Trepsa, who just casually pounced into that. Tillman's also going to find Vils. There's a little nade in there in response as Serval try and get the safe side. It's not looking that good with Arctic still with 3 players around on the defensive angles. One on the clock, Serval. I think they're considering just backing away potentially, but the tough ask considering where the bomb is at this point. Lorp, he's prepared to find the player to the other side of him. He's pushing. Look, a little trade there, and Serval coming up on top of this stage. Oh, that's just spamming really the org at this stage. Bomb will go down. Simple enough. A 2-on-2 retake. Tillman's just going to be wiped out completely by RMZ. Vard has to just keep watch for this aggressing CT player. But RMZ just playing it a little more careful. Might be a little bit too greedy for the kill. There's another for Fardas, and actually just choosing fullback, no kit. And Serv will get himself a 6th round on the board. I don't get what you guys are saying in chat. I don't understand whatever language that is. I'm sorry. Boom. 6-1, Serval. They've had a comfortable lead so far in this RDYUP League game. Still in the early stages of this game. It was an hour late, but it is the Finnish team in full control of this Scandinavian derby, and they will be able to get an AWP out in full force, a full set of utility as well. Arctic, all they got from that round was just the AUG. It was, of course, a bar on their end as well, and it just has to be an eco coming out in this stage. The AUG for now will be used towards Beam. And as we've seen before from Serval, just a passive defensive maneuver. And Bill will find the opener over towards A. That's the luck now dealt with by Arctic. I really have just been left alone, haven't I? Not the nades are being used in as Serval try and get this opener towards the B side. That's actually that's going to be Farlas and Trepsa. A nice shot himself. Serval is slowly but surely making their way onto the site here, but not fully cleared out yet. Rips will find Bills. Thorpe. He's trying to play this so carefully with this Deagle when his teammate has an AK. Tillman's got to go big realistically for Arctic, and Thorpe just trying to spam through the box and try and do any damage. He won't find anything, and his teammate Tillman, he's not going for anything at this stage either. It's Arctic just trying to play for the mistakes. Wolf will get at least one. Or sorry, Wolf will get taken down by Tillman. Arctic will just fall back with these 2 AKs they've gained. And the fact that they've not got no armor might have just influenced that decision as well. Tillman, just be careful in case they push from behind you. Is that a man deep I heard?
Yeah, that is a Mandy you heard. I am so sorry for disappearing. I literally had to run. Oh my god, I'm out of breath. But yeah, I am back, Louis. What did I miss?
You missed Serval pick up 2 rounds. And from Arctic, really, what we've either seen is just save after save after save realistically coming out from them. Serval, their opponents have just been in full control of this game, and Razzie will be smoked off and has to back away from jungle.
Yeah.
Serval for now, just full control of this game.
Yeah. Arctic do, however, have that double AWP set of Tresper taking out Florp there. That's one of the AWPs from Arctic already gone. Great entry. Wilposs with another entry onto the short position in Tillman. But there is one in this ladder room. If Serval don't check this, that could be calamity.
Serval, I feel like this is the first time we've seen any real mid presence coming out from them, and Arctic have just gifted them the mid presence to work with. Bills, this is going to be flashed away. He considered going to get a little peek from the connector area, but that's the part of the map which Serval are in control of. Trepsa will take some damage through the smoke. Bills can't quite do anything drastic. RMZ and Frosted, they find their kills for Serval, and once again, Arctic, they've been locked at other side.
Yeah, and Razza, although he does pick up 2, he gets taken out by Wilposs. And it's another round to Serval. Serval 8, Arctic 1. As for Arctic and Serval here, they've just got so much money, they've got so much utility just to use. But meanwhile, Arctic just are lacking that utility to use. 3 players, though, are on full utility in another buy. Bills having to suffer on that fan mass.
Yeah, Serval again are just playing. There seems to be a proper default which we've got in play from them. 2 towards mid, 1 really far back in apartments, and the other 2 just around the A side. Arctic themselves have got 3 on the A defense and playing it up close and personal for a change. Bill's making the call to move in first. Just have to be careful of the player up at RMZ, taking some damage early on. Bill hasn't quite fell back far enough to escape Bills, but trips out a nice shot by him.
Yeah, and that means this Arctic ramp push has to be pulled back. One of the players have to be pulled back in Florp, and it's just not looking the best for Arctic. Even with this newfound aggression, they're still not being able to get any picks. In fact, actually losing players because of the counter aggression from Serval being so pinpoint and accurate.
40 seconds, and Serval now all together collectively will try and enter this B site. It is going to be these players will have to try and find some picks. Fardas can't quite do anything, and he got mollied out completely. Tillman, his opposing number on site, also fell. Serval, a few players low on damage, and Arctic again just making the call to back away and save. It seems to be the story of their game so far. Fall back and save if you can't do anything after the bomb push.
Yeah, and it's just been a bit. It's just not. They haven't been able to hold that site correctly. In fact, that's just standing in the molly there with his smoke out, but he's just not throwing it on the floor. He's not doing anything with it. He's just holding the smoke and burning alive in a Molotov.
I guess the only player really closest to doing damage to Arctic is Bills, but I don't think he's going to get close enough to find anyone just yet. So Arctic can just about hold on to an M4 and a FAMAS. And Arctic, yeah, I don't really know what else to say other than the fact as soon as they lose the site, they don't really have the courage to go for it.
Yeah, and it's not just been full of courage to go for it. It's that they've never had any numbers advantage or numbers. They've always had a numbers disadvantage when they have to retake, and that's just something you don't want to be doing.
This time Serval speeding up the pace, going out towards A. Bill's getting one opener and still trying to extend the damage towards any players in connected. No one else just for now. That Molotov was perfectly on point to find Tillman. One goes down, and this time Arctic do have the utility. They've got the weapons and they've got the manpower to try and find something, but will OS will find Razzie from the ramp position. These other Arctic players have to find something, and they've got to do it soon.
Yeah, and Fardos trying to boost, just gets caught out. Tillman, however, does get RMZ.
And just going for the nade, hoping that does something. Nothing truly going to be enough. Arctic, again, they're playing it passive, and they want to find and catch Server off guard, and that's not even going to be possible for them.
Yeah, and another save from Arctic here, saving the Thanos and the info. They just have no footing in this game whatsoever. They have been able to keep some sort of economic, like, they've been able to keep their economic situation under control, and have been able to use it very decisively in where they need to buy utility and how they can keep those M4s alive and knowing when they can buy or not. But the problem is they're not winning any rounds, and those rounds that are going through are just not doing anything. And Rez actually getting one on RMZ there. A great start for
opener,
Arctic.
which Arctic need to try and build off this opening pick now, and Razzie and Will Perez, they're just both aware of one another's position. It's so awkward in there, and Razzie has to just back away with the AWP. And Arctic now, I've said this once, I'll say it again, they have to work with this man advantage, and they have to try and minimize the mistakes to try and clean up around a bit easier, because they've had this mid presence before, and they will try and abuse it again because they know it worked one time. Why wouldn't it work again? Vils, he's found a kill to tie it up to 4-4.
Yeah, and Bills actually gets another one here onto Bills. Bills onto Bills, yeah. But Frosted does get Bills. Florp does trade again, and it's an advantage for Arctic here. I actually justify them going for this retake instead of saving this time. But Tresput does have that AWP, and that AWP can stop retakes dead in their track. It's the 2 frags it needs. Bring this down. Tresput taking out 1 onto Fardas.
Ooh, hello Tillman. That's a nice little response shot. 2-on-1, Will, the surviving player, and he's actually going to fall this time. Suddenly, Arctic do make it work out in a retake. It was, what, a 3-on-3, 2-on-2 in the end?
It was a 3-on-2, just Fardas being taken out by the AWP. But then, a great shot from Tillman, and Florp taken out. 2 wallbangs actually there to finish that retake. And Arctic take their second round. It's a bit too late to start gaining this momentum though now. And Serval do still have enough money to go for this 4 AK, 1 Deagle buy.
Yeah, a couple of players have still got loads more money just hooked up in the bank for the finished team. And I mean, even if you look at the scoreboard, 12 rounds in, the scoreboard isn't really showing much for either team, because Arctic have obviously just been falling back and saving, and actually a lot more quicker just means Vils and Fardas will get the opening 2 picks for each team.
Yeah, and RMZ actually trading out Fardas, but Raz does get a nice AWP shot from that short position.
Oh!
Oh!
Shot.
2 through the smoke there. Florp actually getting another one before being taken out by the molly, and now it's Wills with a nice 1-tap onto Bills. Raz versus Wills left in this 1-on-1 situation.
Oh, that came right down to the wire there. Both players knew where one another was. It was just a case of who was going to shoot through the smoke. Each player was lined up for it. Arctic do come off better in this round. Another round which they can pick up at the end here. Arctic got a chance to try and get a little bit of momentum going potentially. I know it is late, but their opponents have got some money. They too have money, and AWP will be coming out for both teams.
Yeah, and the AWP coming out from both teams. I want to see these guys fight again, and they actually do. Razzie takes out Tresput in that AWP battle. Wilp's now picking up the AWP, going for this peak. Raz completely blind, but being a star player for the team, gets taken out by RMZ. And that's that carrying force from Arctic already gone. Vils taking out Bills again. Tongue twister. Vils also taking out Florp, completely taking this A site. And now the 2 last players are towards the B side of the map. Fardas and Tillman. Serval look like they're about to take another round.
Yeah, Serval going to be really delayed. The bomb only just sort of reaching and clearing the T-spawn position. It won't really matter too much, as the team have got nice secure of the site. And Arctic, obviously, it's a nice idea to try and retake it together, but even at this late, they might have been a little bit confused by the fact that the bomb was taking a while to really go down. They might have been a bit puzzled by that, but Arctic, they just seem to give up as soon as they know they've lost the site. It's a sad situation for the Swedish team, for the Finnish team. They've not really been. There's nothing bad you can say for them.
Yeah, I mean, Arctic now saving here, and Serval, like, even though they lost those 2 rounds, they still have that economic game just under wraps, and that actually means that Arctic won't have enough money to buy into this next round. They've basically been reset, and the only weapons they could probably get is this AUG and the M4 that they have saved.
And it's just not been a great game for Arctic, sad to say. But going back to what I was going to say earlier, if you look at the scoreboard, I was going to say early on, there wasn't really any one player standing out. There's no... Only because not all of the players have so many kills. But I feel that just comes down to the idea that Arctic have fallen back and saved so many times that Serval haven't been able to sort of clean out all the players.
Yeah, and here we've got through the smoke. Wilpus takes out Bill somewhere else on the map, but RMZ takes out Florp through that smoke. It was a tight one there, and now again another retake here for Arctic. Tillman in this 1-on-5 has already gotten one onto Frosted. This doesn't seem to be doable here for Arctic.
Last round, you have to go for it, and Chesbro a nice peek into connector to take down his opposing number. Half time in the RDYUP League, Serval in dominant control of this game. 12-3 they lead over their Scandinavian opponents, Arctic.
Yeah, and now this Scandinavian game, the Finnish team completely dominating in huge things. I just want to really quickly bring out, like, as you can see on screen, Bills on 4 kills. Most of those deaths, most of those 14 deaths has come from the 13 frags of Bills. It's been a tongue twister, but it's been that thing. It's been Bills completely shutting out Bills every single time.
One nice shot, Bills can respond. Is the scoreboard glitch for you?
Yeah, I think the scoreboard is glitched. It's either Fraser has tabbed out with the scoreboard up, or the scoreboard is glitched indeed. Nope, there you go. The scoreboard has been fixed. The command actually is my scoreboard, if you didn't know. If you have to ever command it, the scoreboard gets stuck because of the half-time glitch. Either way, Serval buying SMGs into the round, except for Wilp. On the other side, just Glocks for this Arctic side, ready to concede another round and go down to 14. Wilp gets taken down there by Arles and Tillman in a joint effort, and now it's still looking very hard for Arctic. They're just gonna have to face SMGs.
Yeah, the SMG's just about doing the work. Bills and Razzie have got a kill each, and Frosted can cut off the A presence from Fardas. Bomb will go down a 2-on-2 scenario for Arctic, who both players low at this stage, but Frosted, he's just as low, and his teammate Vils has to go through so much to really assist his teammate. We are Molly down in firebox. 2 Mollies in that position. Bills will fall. All that remains is Razzie just trying to reposition himself and going into Palace.
Yeah, and Serval have definitely heard him, and they're just going to stick this and defuse the bomb. Vils actually takes out Raz in the end, and Arctic almost had that one. Surprisingly enough, Serval did fail at trying to get that multi-kill or backing off after a kill, but this is straight into the gun round. The AWP coming out for Razza, full utility for everyone else except for the AWP on that Arctic side. Meanwhile, the 2 SMGs on Frosted and on on Bills. Meanwhile, Wilp losing that AWP battle against Razza. Razza's actually a very good star AWPer.
He's got some key kills. Arctic will be working with the mid presence this time, just as their opponents did in the opposing half. But the timing on that is just going to favour Vils, as Tillman can get one trade in response. And Wilp losing that AWP battle against Razza. Razza's actually a very good star AWPer. He's got some key kills. Arctic will be working with the mid presence this time, just as their opponents did in the opposing half. But the timing on that is just going to favour Vils, as Tillman can get one trade in response. And I'm gonna say Florp, but he's not called Florp. Yeah, he is called Florp. He was just trying to do some damage towards the B site. Arctic at this stage, they're all split up across the map, and they have to now try and congregate together if they want to try and get a sufficient entry. Remember, Arctic have got the man advantage here.
Yeah, and it just comes down to what angle is being held now, as it looks like it's going to be an A here from the Arctic side. They're going to be pushing into the site that is more heavily guarded with 2 players from that Serval side standing there. The 2 players being Tresper and RMZ.
One of those players is the AWP at this point, and the AWP is actually rotating towards the B site. The timing on this is insane. Fardas got the opener, and Tillman's also going to be able to lurk in from connector at Tresper. He could go huge here just to cut off this play from the connector, and both sides really trying to flick any shots whatsoever. Arctic, they've at least got the sight here, and oh, that's a nice kill by Frosted. We'll find one opponent, and bomb down for Arctic.
Raz getting another great frag onto Frosted there. Just peeking down that triple box. And now it's Tresper left in this 1v3 situation. He's probably just going to choose to save this AWP, as he will. And Arctic finally actually getting some rounds under their belt. It seems that they have actually come with some preparation for this T side. And some great strategies in that taking mid so far has actually surprised me.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly a little spark of life coming out from the Arctic team, but I'm scared it's a little bit too soon for them. You're 14-3 down at this stage.
Yeah, it is way too late for this Arctic team to be doing this. Imagine if they had started performing back when they were on that CT half, and Serval didn't get as many rounds as they did, and like now a single mistake means it's match point for Serval, and 2 mistakes. Two mistakes, that's 2 different rounds, I mean. But like 2 rounds that are just won by mistakes means that the game is over for them. But are we going to be seeing this another OT on Mirage today?
It'll be a big ask, and Serval will be hoping to avoid this overtime on this map, and a passive play coming out from both ends of the spectrum for the teams in this game. The mid control is here again for Arctic.
And they keep varying the way they take this mid control. Different smokes, different nades, different flashes every single time. They're just going to keep Serval guessing. Now, I want to see RMZ on this Deagle. He's actually a very good aimer, and any of these players here, even the Deagles, can actually just change the round.
Bills just hiding in the smoke for now and connected. Tillman also just trying to pre-fire just to clear out these corners. While the mid control is definitely there for Arctic, and their opposing numbers don't seem to be wanting to cry for it. This lurk from RMZ is actually going to be key here and could make a devastating impact in this round. There goes Razzie. And Tillman's now just trying to get a trade kill. A messy enough spray does favour this T-sided player. It's a 4-on-4 with 30 seconds to play, and Arctic, they've now got to make a deadly call.
Yeah, and RMZ there getting caught out, actually just messing around trying to take the AWP. That the Deagle was good enough, but here we just see Wilp get a nice tag onto Bills here, actually like pestering him off towards that jungle area, and keeping him safe, keeping the CT control. In the meanwhile,
well, Wilp tried to deny that bomb plant, but wasn't quite able to do it. 3 versus 3 retake for the Serval side here. They found a couple of early picks just to make it a little bit easier for themselves. Fardas and Tillman remain, and that was a great little shot as Fardas takes substantial damage from the player AWPing from CT. Fardas, that's going to be so deadly if you push up. One nice kill in a second. That's so good. Treps remains with the Deagle, and Tillman can clean that out. Suddenly, Arctic, we got a little bit of a spark in this game.
yeah, and it's a great double there from Fardas. Fardas finally showing why he should be on this Arctic team. So far, he hasn't been the best performer. He actually died to a Molotov. He 1G'd earlier, and now Serval have something to worry about.
Yeah, Serval, they're not going to be overly worrying, but they do have to work with their spawn pistols. I forgot what the word was, but the USPs and their P2Ks. Nothing brought up whatsoever. Arctic They're doing this just as their opponents did. A passive play, a passive hold. And they're wanting to see if there's going to be any mistakes coming out from Serval.
Yeah, and Serval, they just need to pick a time and push instead of just stay here on this side. They need the info. And if they take this solo AWP out from Raza and save it into the next round, that will be huge. That will be so much money saved. And here it comes. Double dink onto Raza here as RMZ does take a tag. And the AWP is taken down. RMZ. And if they just save that AWP into the next round, they know that it's going to be a stack onto this B site now. They're just getting into this bench position without any of this T's knowing. The rest of the rotating force on Serval starts to rotate now. As per being brought out and shot in the head by Florp.
Serval's a big ask to really go for this, but they still want to try and send men in and try to do sufficient damage. With Tillman getting that next kill, is the AWP going to be falling away, leaving just some weapons in play for Serval. Bills remains.
Yeah, and I
Boston
believe
did pick up an AK before he fell as well.
Yeah, and I believe just Vils here is going to go for some exit frags, try to save another weapon, stop them from getting off the site and dying to the bomb, just trying to keep their money low. This Arctic side, and Bardas does know this and catches him off with some great game sense. Ooh, that is a nice shot there from RMZ, using the little pixel gap on the box just to get a free kill on the short player.
I've not seen that used before. That's quite nice. I like that.
I'm pretty sure we saw it used when we were casting the endpoint game, and oh no, that was me and Rogers. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that before. A good little shot. Anyway, Arctic have got a full bar, as of their opponent Serval, who are just 2 rounds away from closing out this game. Arctic, at this point, are just either delaying the inevitable or just hoping to see how far they can bring back this comeback. Towards the B side they go, and that's at least 1 kill for the T side. Yeah,
a great kill through the smoke. Raz are using that one way, finding out where those shots are coming from, and just abusing it. Whoops, getting smoked off there in the connector area, and now Serval left again with 4 players. Arctic using Raz again to get that really, really good entry frag, usually towards that middle area.
Serval aren't really contesting mid that much, which just mean that Arctic can at least play with it for a little bit. They've got a minute still to work with as well, and the man advantage also to work with as well. Finds Bills towards mid. Does now mean Arctic are now questioning whether they want to continue to commit to the safe site. I believe they will, but they've got to find some players, including an M4.
Yeah, and this is a great call from Arctic as Serval started rotating off, but never mind. They're taking way too long. Serval are now starting to rotate back towards the safe site, especially off the call of RMD, and now Tillman clearing this out, getting a free kill there onto Frosted in that jungle area. RMD just holding his ground here in the sandwich area. Gets one in Raza, but gets completely traded in Florp.
20 seconds. It's a do-or-die moment for the Arctic team, who have to get this bomb down pretty much now. Rilp and Vils remain, and Rilp, I think, was paying down a nice headshot actually as Fardas falls, and still trying to do damage. These 2 Arctic players, they're pretty much open to this jungle player in Vils. As I say that, it's going to be down to timing of who peaks first. Vils will push out 1 nice kill onto Tillman. Florp, you've got to try and clutch for your teammate, and you're not going to be allowed to.
Yeah, and that this wasn't a round that Arctic made as many mistakes. They just took way too long to get onto that bomb site, and because of that, they let the rotations come through, and the rotations meant that the bomb site was almost never planted, and time just ran out way too quickly. Serval actually knowing what the timings were for bomb planting and actually knowing those rotations and playing it right.
15-6. Arctic have got a semi-decent buyout to work with in this round. They've got 3 AKs. They've got an SMG and a Deagle as well to work with. Their opponents have got a semi-good buyout as well. The AWP in the hand, or sorry, the Deagle in Frosted's hands is their only weakness. And Arctic have learned that Serval's weakness is holding mid. And yet again, we'll just be allowed to work with it.
And So Fardas here taking out Tresper, although Bills has already been taken out here. Actually, a great bit of aggression here from RMZ, who catches out Fardas, and if he went any further, he would have seen the bomb. But he doesn't. Arctic might think that he had seen the bomb though, and so are calling all of the team back to check. Oh, actually, just the one player in Tillman just to check if the bomb has been compromised or not.
No, they've still got bomb, but the issue that Arctic have got is they've got one less player to work with. That won't necessarily stop them from still committing to this B site. A nice shot as Foster takes down Razim to cut off the Deagle position. And you know what? Vils has just gifted a 3-2 to floor. Couldn't quite get Tillman, who is just surviving on heavily low HP. 13 to count.
Yeah,
25 seconds.
Yeah, 25 seconds, 1 on 3. There's just no chance for him. This is do or die. He needs to go for this. And that's it. That is game. Circle 16, Arctic 6. The end of Mirage. Thanks to our observer in Frozen Fraser. Thank you so much for casting with me, Louis. Are we doing another match today?
We can.
We can.
Yeah.
We will be back with any updates in just a bit. But if you want any if you have the people that are following the casting crew, follow at Frozen Fraser. He has been our observer so far. The guy down here, just using my mouse to point him out. Make sure to follow Louis on Twitter at Louis2K, and you could drop me a cheeky follow as well at Zesty Edits. I will see you guys in just a bit. Goodbye.